Hi there. So it feels like it's been ages since the last time I made a video, and I just wanted to hop on real quick and say hello. This week I have mostly just been living life, remembering the things that I like, doing some stuff that I love. I had a collective meeting earlier this week. I taught my psychic development class. I did some readings, and later I did some art. So this is one of my first ever watercolor paintings that I did, not entirely this weekend. It was mostly finished, but I had never filled in one spot, so I went back and I did it. Will it be on my walls? Maybe not. Not really my style, but it was really good practice and I had a lot of fun with it. And then after that, I think it was on Friday, I ended up in a room full of community members. And I was not expecting it, but a friend asked me to meet her for her birthday to celebrate at a place, so I figured we were just going to grab some wings and have some fries and have a good time. And that's what we did. But her friends are mostly community members who work in the community, who work in nonprofits, who just do a lot of stuff with community, right? And on my last video, I was talking about how I had come across someone's thread and they were saying, well, if care is not at the root of community building, then it's network. And I was like, that's a really good place to start in terms of exploring what community means, what it needs to look like, and what it really needs to be about to support the people within it, right? But lo and behold, I ended up in this room with people who operate that way and who could actually give life and show me what that means, right? And so I was listening to their conversations. They know the history of the place. They've been doing community work all of their life. They've been active in different programs. They are facilitating different programs. They are oriented towards the community. And with every word they spoke, I could hear the care. I could hear the concern. I could feel it, right? And so this was a genuine and authentic thing for them. And so some of those ways, though, that it translates is into programs. So they don't just care about ticking stuff off of a list, right? So, for example, one woman was organizing, I think it was high schoolers, to go to a basketball game over at a college. And she's like, I don't just want to, they get on the bus and show up and we're kind of scattered and whatever. No, I care about the experience. I care about how easy was the process, how quickly were they organized, how satisfied are they with their seats, those kinds of things, right? And then another man was talking about how he had coordinated Thanksgiving dinner for his complex. That was not a part of his job description. His job was not paying him to do that. It was totally separate. But it's just something that he does because he loves to do it. And so he organized it with his complex. He gets together with the tenants where he lives, and they have Thanksgiving dinner together. I mean, and I could go on, but I was like, okay, so here I am in this room with the elders of the community in the making who are connected to the current elders in the community who, like I said, know the history, understand what the city needs, what the state needs, and how that compares to other cities and states. And it just really helped me see my working definition of community building in real time. And then the night went on and we hopped over to another place and we had a fabulous upscale time in a spot that I had never heard of, never knew existed. And the people who I was with, they don't just talk the talk. Everyone in the room, well, I won't say everyone, but at least 25% of the people in the room knew them. So they were giving out hugs and handshakes and shooting the breeze and catching up on life. And discussing what the next project for the community was and how they were going to an award show the next day. And it was really amazing. And I thought, okay, so going back to that image that I had that I shared maybe a month ago, where I saw the sorting process happening of our wants and smaller communities or smaller groups, I guess, smaller groups coming together to implement the things that we wanted on that list. These are the kinds of people that need to be close to those who are in charge of the implementation, right? Who have a direct line to those in higher positions. And what I'm seeing is that it's far more possible than I realized. These groups don't have to be created, they already exist. There just needs to be a connection made, right? And so if ever you are thinking about, which I hope you are, thinking about what community looks like, what unity looks like, well, get yourself in rooms where people are discussing those things, where people who are really synced in to your neighborhood and your city are, who are actually doing the work, right? Because that's who we need to be talking to. And that goes for everything else too. If you are interested in growing vegetables, go talk to some people who grow vegetables. Go take some courses with people who grow vegetables. Go become an apprentice of a person who grows vegetables. And if you are interested in plant medicine, go talk to the medicine men and women who have been doing this for eons, whose life is dedicated to extracting the medicinal properties of plants, who can actually walk you through some steps and help expedite your own understanding and growth. We can find a lot of information on the internet, it's true. We can teach ourselves, we can experiment, we can learn the processes on our own. There will always be that sort of unique way that we go about doing something, even if we did learn the basics and the foundation from someone else. That will never be otherwise, right? That's our own unique sauce that we bring to anything that we create. But there's no reason not to reach out to those who've already done a lot of the work to help you on your path. It's the same with psychic development. Lots of people are coming into their gifts right now, and it is phenomenal to see how open you all are, how quickly you're learning, and how fast you're adapting and, leveling up. But it's also okay to reach out to others who've been doing it for a while to, just help you build that foundation stronger. So, like I said, I'm teaching a psychic development course if anyone is interested in that. I also run a collective, and I do private readings for those, who just want a reading or who also want to talk on a one-on-one basis about their development. But this is also a way to build community. It is. Think about it. These folks who grow vegetables, they've got community. They know who it is in their area that's also growing vegetables, what they grow, what the struggles are with their crops and the soil and the pH levels. I think that's a thing. And so you can become a part of that community. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this community building and unity thing. It's just kind of opened up for me, I guess, in terms of my way of looking at it. It's like the possibilities are infinite here, right? So why am I kind of like, how do you do it? What does it need to look like? You just jump in. That's what you do. You just jump in and you commit, right? There's no relationship building with passivity. It's got to be an active, ongoing engagement that happens. And so if you can remember that, while also remembering that you are there to learn and to explore and to understand how to work better with others, then you got it made. As for what's coming up this week, I tuned in about it. My guides pretty much just said that the course is coursing. There's no stopping this train. The things that we've showed and told you before are still very much happening. I know it's looking ugly out there though, and my higher self did show dancing, right? So she was just there, glitzed and glammed as always, and dancing. And okay, we can take that literally and metaphorically, right? Because movement helps us to process, integrate, elevate, but then also as a metaphor, it's like we find that one line of joy, we swing from that one, or we dance rather from that place of joy to the next. You can also dance your way through the harder, more difficult things that are happening that might be paralleling what's happening on that larger political or global scale that's paralleling with your own personal life, because there are things happening. But remember to dance your way through it. And that was pretty much the messages that I got within the last couple of days here. But if anything else comes up, then I'll be sure to share it. But until then, continue to do what you love, continue to connect with people, continue to do that one thing that you're doing that contributes to the stance with resist in front of it, whether that is tests with pro in front of it or cots with boy in front of it. Whatever it is that you are doing, continue, keep it up, and I will see you next time.